Wake up to the need for spiritual education. Decolonize the mind, because modern mind is conditioned by India has a profound body of knowledge, goldmine of wisdom sitting in this country. Oh, Harvard says so, Cambridge says so. Then you feel at least 5,000 years of R&D.
It couldn't get better than this. Gone to the depths where we are heading to bring that light to more people, because start to really get the rasa.
What makes you come alive?
Which I've never done. Better muscle to build.
There is always infinity ahead.
There is no end to learning. The difference is that it's not. Hi, I'm Nitin Dua, a career and mind health coach. In this part of the podcast with Manoj Pavithran sir, we'll explore his perspective on the need for decolonizing the mind, the wake up for spiritual education, the golden wisdom of India for thousands of years, his profound question to me on what makes me come alive, the rasa of my life, what keeps me going, and there is so much more. What's been the biggest difference from before to now? Let's explore inside. Thank you for your time. Is there something important that you wanted to share with people? Maybe things that you've already communicated online. Maybe there is something that has come since the last time you communicated, and it's a need to get communicated.
Yeah, to wake up to the need for spiritual education and decolonize the mind. Decolonize the mind, because modern mind is conditioned by the Western framework.
Correct.
Which is still figuring out spirituality. Whereas India has a profound body of knowledge.
Absolutely.
So unless we, to a certain extent, decolonize our mind, we will not be able to understand, grasp the vast body, the goldmine of wisdom sitting in this country. Unless, like, people from some American or European universities study this, convert that into a language that you understand, then you say, oh, Harvard says so, Cambridge says so, then you feel confident and safe enough to take it.
Yeah.
That is a sign of a clear, totally colonized mind that is incapable of entering into one's own culture and its language. Indian culture encoded knowledge in a very different way. We need to understand the vocabulary.
Yeah.
We need to dive deep into it, because here is an authentic, deep wisdom sitting, built over at least 5,000 years of R&D. Yes.
No, absolutely, and we are grateful to be sitting in one such place right now in Sri Aurobindo Ashram. It couldn't get better than this. The master who has really gone to the depths of what history has taught us, what we can learn from there, but more importantly, where we are heading to, and what's going to be needed for that. And that shift that we talked about, the material to the spiritual, is certainly the one that's evolving already. I think the need is to become present to it. Yeah, the need is to, and thanks to people like yourself and Divyanshi ma'am and the work that you're doing at Purnam to bring that light to more people, because I have certainly enjoyed every single conversation that I had, and I left enriched from the last conversation, including today. And it's a never-ending journey in that sense. It's very perpetual in nature. But I think when you can start to really get the rasa, you really know why you are doing it and the reasons for really amalgamating yourself in that process.
Right.
And the way it shapes you.
You are getting shaped in the journey, and you are a participant in the creative journey, and the world is transforming.
Yeah.
And there is this shift happening from the age of reason to subjective age to spiritual age. And we are in that journey.
Anything in this time frame that sparked your curiosity, that you wanted to ask me, anything that comes to your mind, if there is such a thing, I want to make sure that I am able to address that.
What makes you come alive?
What makes me come alive? So today, what makes me come alive is to empower more people. Having gone through this journey myself and not really knowing the answers and not really knowing who's the best person to go to find those answers, and sort of spending a lot of time discovering that, while it's its own process in itself, but I feel there is this entrepreneur in me which is also very efficient or tries to be efficient. So we are given some work while we are here, while we can randomly land upon it, but if I could be, and it will not happen because I choose it, because somebody else has already chosen it for me and for them. I'm just a catalyst to sort of empower in the journey. If I can be that meaning to somebody and empower them, make them aware of their potential, that makes me come alive more and more. And in that process, I become more alive. I mean, there is this incessant drive right now, as you speak of, that while I want to have a restful sleep, but when I wake up, I have something to look forward to, and for that I need to keep my body, work out for an hour. I need to make sure I'm meditating for an hour, whatever time frame I've given, like in those 24 hours, and then everything is integrated, because like the way I live my life, the way I show up for my wife, my daughter, the way I show up in this conversation, the way I show up for myself, the way I showed up for my dad in the morning, the way I showed up for my sister who was visiting me yesterday, the way I showed up for my team, the way I show up for a stranger, the way I would, a stranger because I just don't know him, but I now know that I already know them, the way I show up to uncertainties in life, the way I embrace them. It's just a delight to live life like this, and most importantly, it's just fascinating to see who I keep becoming in the process. Because who I am today is something I couldn't have fathomed, even with the most brilliant scientists and those brilliant universities that I've been very grateful to learn from. Again, they are brilliant people. It sparked my curiosity to a different tangent, but I feel there is still a lot more, like as Carl Sagan I quoted earlier. There is so much to discover. There are so many subjects to really reveal the mystery. I just only learned a handful there, and now there are so many more to explore. I don't even know what all is left to be explored. And I keep meeting people like you, who are gracious with their time, who empower people like me, that I want to make sure that I'm able to give back in my own ways. But frankly, it works the most on me while doing so. And the challenges keep coming, but I think the way I'm able to respond to them, the way I'm able to show up to those challenges, is just increasingly a joy to be around. So I look forward to every moment that's coming, and don't take, frankly, become the conscious level is certainly increased. I try not to lose any moment as much as I can, being fully present to it, and whatever I can give to it. I didn't fully understand it, to be honest, earlier. Still caught up with my ego and the old other things that I built up, swelling my ego that, oh, I've done this and that. But I think now when I look at, people like you and many other mentors that I have in my life who have accomplished so much, but yet are so humble and they have so much to give to others, I feel that's a much more joyful way to live. And I just feel grateful to be aware to it, to become conscious to it, and have this deep desire to keep doing my best. Whatever I did yesterday, I want to do better than yesterday today. And whatever I gave in the last moment, I will give better today. And that it's a never-ending journey in that sense, right? So I'm never done. And there is,
you come alive more and more.
Yeah, there's a better muscle to build.
Yeah.
There is a better muscle to build here. There is a better.
There is always infinity ahead.
Yeah, and then when I look at the things that we started to discuss, what are peacocks telling us? What are the sea animals telling us? What are these plants telling? I have no vocabulary for them right now. So there is no end to learning what I can grasp in this lifetime.
The joy of learning.
Yeah, but I think that the difference is that it's not self-centered.
Yeah.
I can become the top 0.0001%, whatever that is. Maybe that was the initial conditioning that become this, or this is how the society wants to look at you. But I think the more I become attuned to the faculties, what life, the ride that is telling me, and try to ride that, or just be in the nest of that ride. Whatever is required, I try to sort of become aware to learning that. And then whatever I've already learned, I try to then bring it to more people.
Beautiful.
And then the journey just keeps moving, and it's joyful like that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your time and for your kindness and your loving attention as always.